repercussions in health.
Pia Bonalos, Solar News.
Let's now go to Pia Bonalos. She's at an archery range in Mandaluyong. Good morning, Pia.
Emeline, this morning it's time for me to channel my inner Merida and learn all about archery. I am here at Benel Archery with owner Earl Yap and champion archer Ian Chipeco to tell us all about it. Hi, good morning, guys.
Hi, good morning.
Can you tell me about Benel Archery? What are the things that you offer here?
Here at Benel, we have basically lessons for beginners in terms of people that want to learn how to shoot a recurve bow, compound bow, and even the more older type of bows.
Okay, can you tell me what exactly are these bows that you just mentioned?
Yeah, I mean behind us we have basically a good selection of bows. The bow that Ian's picking up is basically a regular recurve bow. So a lot of our beginners would end up shooting this type of bow just to kind of get a feel of how the actual bow would perform or feel, or even just learn the basics. The more advanced form of this bow would be an Olympic style bow, which technically is it's an evolution of the wooden recurve bow that Ian showed you previously. Now, the main difference would be it would have an aluminum riser. So this white part, it's all white, but the handle is called a riser. It's usually made of aluminum. Then it has a sight. And then the limbs are laminated wood with carbon in the middle. With regards to competition accessories, for the recurve Olympic style bows, they use a stabilizer. So these sticks that are sticking out of the bow, it basically makes it easier for the archer to aim, to hold the bow steady in the wind, and pretty much also absorb some of the vibration caused by shooting the bow.
All right, but also interesting about the selection of bows is what I believe the first bow that you, Ian, used when you started doing archery.
Yeah. Which is this one.
Can you tell us how did you get into this sport?
So when I was a kid, I was given a first bow. It was a toy, wooden arrows. So my dad interviewed Earl for the first time. So Earl said in the background na, hey, we have archery lessons, and why don't one of your family members try it? So my dad knew that I had an interest in archery, so I went here. So I came here. Earl gives me this bow. Ian, try this bow. So I try it, I pull it. Say, wow. And then I shoot. And then after a week, I enrolled. And then after that, for 1 week, I kept on shooting. And then my mom had to enroll me in another 10 sessions because she didn't want to buy me a bow. And then after that, I joined the National Indoor Games, Junior Men's, which I won double gold.
Wow.
Yeah.
How long
But
have you... Okay, go ahead.
But my equipment was actually his. I didn't have any equipment.
All right, and then if people enroll for lessons here, equipment would be, rented?
Usually when new students come here to enroll, the enrollment fee would come with the usage of the bows and the arrows, and also the safety equipment.
And they could be assured that they will be trained to be champions, just like Ian. How long have you been doing archery?
5 years, but with a stop of 1 year because I veered into another sport.
Okay, but now you're back.
Now I'm back for 2 years.
What kind of person is there a profile, should I have a background in something else before going into archery, or could anyone try the sport?
Actually, anyone can try it out. Usually, the most common question is, I don't think I'm strong enough to shoot a bow. But here in our range, we have bows that are really light. The tension of the pull would be much lighter than most bows out in the market. So what beginners are able to do is start out from a lighter weight and slowly build up to some tension or poundage that could be more competitive one day. So basically, it's very flexible for everyone.
So it's not like other sports like basketball where you have to have a height requirement.
Yeah.
So it's very much more flexible. And then what part of the body does it really engage when you do this sport? Because usually looking at it, looks like it's heavy on the forearm or the fingers.
Yes. Usually, it's a lot of the parts that or muscle groups that have to be developed would be the shoulders and the back. Like normally, if you see a competitive archer, he would have highly developed shoulders. The back would be more pronounced in terms of the main back muscles. And yeah, this is pretty much it. Shoulders and back.
Do you do any other trainings aside from going here to the shooting range every day?
Yes, I just go to the gym just to develop my shoulders and my back because I have to develop my shoulders to sustain the weight of my bow so that it just won't collapse.
For training, what do you focus on for those to become competitive, just like Ian?
Basically, for beginners, you have to develop the discipline. I mean, the nice thing about archery is that discipline is actually developed into the archer, because a lot of the times, whenever you shoot or whenever kids shoot, they want to just shoot. Okay, they don't want to really understand that you have to work on the actual execution, perfect the form before you can really hit the target. So usually what I encounter is kids having a hard time with the whole discipline part. But eventually, the longer they get into it, it actually improves. Like Ian was one of them. At first, he wasn't really the most patient person. But now, I see a complete reversal in terms of patience and also discipline. It's pretty good.
So it also encompasses like the mental development as well. Can you give words of encouragement to all those viewers who would want to pick up archery but don't really but are really hesitant at this moment?
For all the viewers today or this morning, I encourage you guys to try out archery. It's not so hard. I mean, I'm serious. Even a 6-year-old or a 3-year-old kid can try it out. It's not necessarily expensive. A lot of people think it's very expensive, but there are bows that are packaged really, really well for beginners to start out the sport and maybe take it up first as a hobby before turning it into a sport. And also us Filipinos would actually do well because we're, unlike basketball where height is so important, here the average Filipino male would be 5'7", 5'8". It actually is perfect because one of the world record holders in the men's division is only 5'5", and he's from Netherlands. So I don't think height is such a big factor. And in terms of the history of the sport, we've done pretty well in Asia and also in the world.
Anything you want to add to it, Ian? Words of encouragement for all our viewers?
Well, archery for me as a student has developed my sense of focus, discipline, and my social skills because in archery there's a lot of people, you meet a lot of people, and you just want to make friends. Archery for me has just improved me as a person.
That's great to know, and I'm looking forward to seeing you guys in the SEA Games this December.
Yes,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys. There you have it. For all of you who are interested in taking up archery, do check out here Benel Archery. Emeline?
Thank you, Pia.